Okay, elevator assembly. When I first got this kit, like I said, I had these weird directions that didn't tell me crap. And here. These ones here, and it just told me different things on what to do to build it. It was all just words. And on the stabilizer and elevator assembly, it didn't say anything about aileron stock getting connected to the elevator. And I was looking at it, and I got this back part right here, and I was wondering how come that was short. Like I said, in these directions, in these original 1981 or 83 directions, it did not say anything about aileron stock to the back of these. Now it said aileron stock to the back of the flaps and the ailerons, but not those. So I understand the confusion that these guys went through when they were looking at this. You know, it's this is almost worse than the Chinese ARF directions. Amazing. Anyway, when I downloaded the new directions, it was really cool. It showed all the pieces. Here's the aileron stock on the back of the elevators. The spar there, it was missing, and so was this one, and all these pieces I had to make. And what I did was I took calipers right here, adjusting, and found out what the width is at the spar. There's spar 1 and then there's spar 2. So what I do is I drew it out on a table, and I was able to measure how big to make the front spar, which goes in these slots here, and the rear spar that goes right here. And there's a little bit of a taper on each side. Pretty cool. So I built that today. Built that. And then also I did not have the elevator joiners. I don't know if you can see it in the picture here or not. But right in here, there's an elevator joiner. And I didn't have that, obviously. I didn't have nothing in this kit. So what I had to do was make my own. And so I built this. And that is the elevator joiner. This will come down like so. And I only needed one of these, but I had two. And for the grub screw, I wanted them a little bit longer so I could reach in there and actually tighten them down. But I built that today. And some really, I can't bend that at all. So anyway, I made two of them for redundancy. That's really important to have the redundancy. And what I'm going to do is I'll take my Dremel and I'll shave off a flat spot, and these will come down. They will be slightly forward, just like that. And then you have your, and since I have two of them, if one of them came loose, still have the other one to back up the one. And I'll put Loctite in here, and I'll put super glue in there, and I just want to make sure that they are strong. I don't want to have to get inside of there later on because the darn thing came loose or lose my plane, because they're inside of here. So, anyway, back to the elevator assembly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try this one with super gold and get some stuff going here. Four pieces out of it. And I've got my accelerator. This, I put wax paper down so none of it will stick. You just got to make sure that I've got a real good flat surface. And also, ailerons go on one way. If you look at this aileron stock, see how it's cut at a bevel? That's how it's cut. So underneath here is the bottom, and then you have the top. Even though P-51s are supposed to have a symmetrical airfoil, but this is the only thing I could get, so I'm going to try to, I'll sand the bottom of it a little bit to bring it up. I have to trim the back anyways, so. Okay. I'm going to put it on here. Well, hey, I got an email back from Iron Bay, John down at Iron Bay. I couldn't believe it, I was floored. And he said how much it would cost me for a new two-piece canopy, which I think is awesome. But I emailed him back, this was quite a while ago, to see if he actually had it in stock. And he hasn't emailed me back because I'm not going to order anything from those guys unless I know for sure if they have it in stock, because they've gotten a terrible reputation. They've gotten a terrible reputation over the last 4 or 5 years of taking people's money and then not ordering or sending the goods. And with this project I'm doing now, I just can't really, I don't want that to happen. What I'm doing here is I don't want any of that super glue to get out here on the foam. And the reason why is because when the super glue is dry or set up, it's harder than the foam and it's harder than the balsa wood. So when you sand it, the super glue won't get sanded, but everything around it will, and you'll end up with a depression all the way around. It makes it very difficult to do that way. So I like that. Wow, that worked out good. Another thing I did also was I took this little thing here and I knocked a bunch of little tiny holes in here so the glue will get inside the holes and give it a little bit better bond. Amazing how flexible that is, isn't it? Okay, so make sure that's not upside down. I just want to keep this glue on the inside of here, like I said. And kind of concentrate on those little holes. Now, this doesn't have to be super duper strong here. It really doesn't have to be. Because it's going to be glassed over anyways. gap there. That one was really warped. Okay. Now it is straight. Woohoo! And strong. So, I've got a little bit of sanding to do on that. I am not going to use super glue on that. I'll use epoxy on that. Yeah, an X-Acto knife. Do you guys do that all the time? Lose something, misplace it? New epoxy.
When was the last time you took a look at thequake1021.com? We've got video. Just log on to thequake1021.com and check out the featured video. You'll find new and classic music videos of your favorite songs from a massive group.
I hope this stuff isn't bad.
Rock-related news and events from around the world. Log on and try it for yourself. Thequake1021.com, only from Central Washington's rock station, The Quake 102.1.
Mine was earned at the Battle of Bataan in 1942.
Once USAA auto insurance is earned, it's often passed down from generation to generation.
You guys ever seen that? Holy cow.
That's because our commitment to serve current and former military members who honorably served and their families is invaluable. In fact, USAA auto insurance is so highly regarded, 95% of our members plan to remain with USAA for life. End quote. Visit USAA.com/insurance or call 800-531-USA.
All right, more denatured alcohol. Maybe need a nice rag now. Show you guys a new trick, or it's not a new trick, but show you guys something cool. It's right here. My skinny stick. Get an old magazine that we don't need. Preferably, some magazines have really thin pages, some have really thick ones. Try to get the thicker ones for it. But, take your epoxy. Get the lid back on that. Like that. And you can mix your epoxy on here like so. And then when you're done, you can mix up some more here, and then take and rip the page off, and you got a fresh one, throw it in the garbage, and you're good to go. Okay, now,
Perkins presents the new strawberry fresh-to-go menu. Meals start at just $6.99 only at Perkins.
Father's Day is June 16th, and Fred Meyer has price blaster deals on everything you need to treat Dad right. You'll save on men's shirts, just $12.99 each, and shorts only $14.99 each. For surprise Dad with a Vention or Sandlog recliner, they're just $2.49 each. Visit FredMeyer.com for more gift ideas and the chance to win a $500 gift card. Save time, money, and gas at Fred Meyer. What's on your list today?
I hope I cut these right. Just slide it in here, move it around a little bit. Make sure you get all the glitter and everything all in there. So, try to work neat. You want a good abrupt edge right here, else it won't butt up against the fuselage very well. I want to make sure that's down below there because the spar covers go right over the top of that. If it's too high up, it won't fit. Okay. Now you got to glue that to one side, and then in the meantime I'm going to take and cut these out, and then slide it in, and then you'll figure out where to cut it when you get through. Because this is probably too wide, so I'll probably have to cut it and then slide it in. But anyway, I'll keep plugging away at this, and I'll give you a video after it's done.